Hello everybody, Mike Brailsford with Brailsford Works. Thank you for joining me back on my channel. I do appreciate it. Today I'm going to start on a prototype for a follow-up for my birdhouses, but this time I want to make a bird feeder. So my first thought was to take some of my surplus birdhouse housings, the main body of the birdhouses, and use them, but I'd have to do modifications to them in order to do what I wanted. And what that is going to be is I'll have one of my rings, and this isn't one of them. I gotta do modifications to that as well. And the body will sit down on that, and this would become a tray. And this, I would have cuts in the bottom of the body where seed would come out and pour out onto the tray. And I turn to this cone, which will sit in the middle, and will then force the seed down out onto the tray. But I have to make the cuts on here, and instead what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the same concept, still going to use a tray and all that, but I'm going to I'm going to make brand new bodies, and I've got them, so I've got 3 long and 9 short because I use a 12 segmented ring. Go together something like this. I've got my cuts already to allow the seed out even before I glue it up, so to speak. So obviously this is sitting what would be upside down. And this tray will sit like that, and that allows the seed to spill out. So that's what I'm going to do right now, is I'm going to glue up this body. So I was going between, do I leave 4 staves proud and cut down 8, or do I leave only 3 proud and cut 9 down to allow the seed to come out? And I decided on 9 and leaving 3 proud for the tray to stand on, because 3 is all I need for a plane. If one of them is a little bit out with 4, then it's going to wobble and I have to make adjustments. So this is, in order to make setup just that much easier. Or glue. Yeah, so assembly, I should say. These rubber bands available on Amazon are really the ticket. For glue ups. Take out the jig. All right, there's the first one. I'm going to put this aside, let it set up, and what I am going to do, get off some of this excess glue for sure, is I am going to glue up probably 3 more of these. So I have my first show is at the end of the month, and I think if I offer 4 of these as a prototype, see how they sell, and make the determination on how many I want to make from there. So let's keep going with the next step. Okay, so I've finished my bodies for my new feeders have finished drying. So now I have to round them off. And with my birdhouses, I would typically do that on my coal jaws, but I'm thinking because I've just got the 3 pieces sticking out on this end, it would be somewhat problematic. So I came up with, I made 2 wedges, and I'm going to sandwich it between them and round them off. I think that'll do it. All right, let's see how this will work out. Well, that was pretty darn good. I'm going to do that from now on, I think, even with my birdhouses. All right, I'm going to sand it because that'll be easier right now. All right, well, that's one down. I only sand these to 150 grit because they're going to get, these are going outside. I don't see the point of going crazier than that. I'm not doing anything on the inside. It can stay faceted, that's fine, because it's just going to have seed poured into it, so I don't have to do anything there. And when this thing sits on the tray that I'm going to turn, I'm going to screw from up underneath and then screw this onto the tray. I think that'll be the most secure and the least time consuming. All right, I'm going to get my other ones done now. Okay, so I am going to glue up the bottoms sections of my bird feeders, and I'm going to start out with one of the big pieces that I am going to use in order to, they'll be the ones that I'll show you that the body will sit on, just like that. And I'll have my cone that will go on the inside. And I will screw up from the bottom through the tray into here. That will hold this tight to the tray. And the tray will be turned, will be dished out on the inside here. So it gives the birds a place to land and eat. Okay, so I've got the bottom of my bird feeder chucked up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to form this into a shape that I like. I'll get this square part turned up where it will be a tenon for me to put it to the chuck when I spin it around. And I'm going to round off the big rim and yeah, just get the bottom part of it finished up. Then I could spin it around and finish. so that's what I'm doing on this side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all 4 of them and get them to this point, and then I will work on the other side, which will be hollowing out the tray and marking where the feet of the body will be and where I can drill through. Then I will drill up through here and into here. With screws, I should say. Okay, so I got my bird feeder bottom here. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to hollow out on the bottom and make this some kind of a tray, so the birds can land on the rim and eat the seed that will sit in the tray that will come out of the bottom of the feeder and fill it. So the first thing we're going to do is do that hollowing. That leaves the bottom about a 1/2 inch thick, which is plenty. This tray here, I'm going to refine the edge just a tiny bit more, and then I'm going to sand. Okay, so the tray is done, it's sanded. Now I'm going to take my cone, which I've already turned, and I'm going to turn a recess in here, and so this can sit in the recess, and I'll glue it in there. I honestly like to sneak up on it. It's so easy to go over too fast. Like that. God bless it. All right, it's time to put on the body of the bird feeder. You need to get it lined up, and I'm going to drill through from the back, or I'm going to drill holes on this, and then I'm going to screw it from the bottom, I should say. I'll mark locations of my feet for the body on the base. I'll take it off. Don't drill my holes right in the middle of the place. All right, I'm going to drill up through the foot of the body, pilot hole as deep as I can. All right, now to drive in some screws. I'll get them started, then I'll finish them off the lathe. Okay. Looks like I can get them all the way in. All right, and that one is done with that step. Time to do the next one. All right, so I've got my top here and I've got a disc that I need to put in here because I need to put a threaded insert as a way to mount this to the birdhouse. So I'm sizing this so I can slide this disc in there and glue it in. Okay, so I got my birdhouses mounted up on my Laguna. That's where I typically do my last trimming cuts, and I also paint them wherever I want to paint them, do any last minute sanding and so forth. So right now I'm going to deal with the tendons here, and in this case I'm going to turn these into beads, and then I'm going to burn a detail right at the base of them. Okay, that's that one. I'm going to let it dry. Keep spinning for a little while, let it dry. And then I will move on to the next step will be to apply spar varnish over the whole thing, inside and out. And then all I got left after that is turning the finials. Okay, so I've got my bird feeders all done. Got my body on top of my tray. The bottom is turned. Got my finials on. Got my cone that's down in there. It's recessed down into the tray, and then I added another ring of CA glue around it, as well as the Tight Bond 3 that holds it in. And I've got a threaded stud out of the top of the cone. And as for the top, of course, I have my finial installed. Here's my top all turned. Here it is. I got the plate that's got my threaded insert on the inside. This is 1/4 and all we do is thread it on. Of course, you would fill it with seed and then thread on the top. And there we go. All done. It's got an eye hook on the top coming out of the top finial to hang it. Now, during my shows, I bought these great big carabiners that I will use to hang them for display. This does not come, it is not included with the birdhouse for my display. So I've already got an idea for my second batch of these when I move to my bird feeders Mark II. So I think instead of using a threaded eye in that stud with the threaded insert, all right. So instead of using this stud, I'll put a threaded insert. I'll drill a hole down and have the threaded insert. I'll put that in here with a little CA glue when I mount it to hold it nice and steady. And I will use, and I'd make the cone stand a little taller, and then I'm going to use just a regular threaded eye bolt that will go straight through the finial, and this will thread down into the threads in here. I think that'll be a better way. It'll help sandwich everything together as well. You're not relying on so many wood threads. And I will see how that works on the second go round. But as for now, I've got 4 of these. We've had one show so far, none of them sold, but that show was not the best show we've had. My daughter ran it for me. I was supposed to be there, but I got stuck in Ireland. Yeah, but I'm pretty happy with how this has come out. I think it looks good. I think once people get a good look at them at the shows, that these will sell, hopefully, as well as my birdhouses, and it gives me a second offering. All right, thank you all for watching. If you think you've gotten anything out of this, please click like and subscribe. I would appreciate that very much. Also, leave me comments because I answer each and every one. Everybody have a great day. Bye-bye.